Alright, so if this video gets 10,000 likes, I will do whatever the top comment dares me to do. And all I can say is please, please be reasonable. What's up guys, it's Ed from TechSource and welcome to Setup Wars episode 43, where you submit your desk setup to get featured on the channel. If you're interested in submitting your desk setup, make sure to watch the video linked below. Let the Setup Wars begin. Never pay full price for games ever again, guys. G2A offers the cheapest CD keys you can find anywhere. Check them out by clicking on the link below. As always, everyone's gear for their setups will be linked below, along with anything I recommend in this episode. So here are your 5 lucky contestants. We have Danielle, Kaelen, Markus, Moses, and Sergi. Congratulations for making it to Setup Wars episode 43. First up is Danielle with a simple setup. We have a 27-inch BenQ monitor, a Zalman K500 keyboard, and Logitech G402 mouse on top of the SteelSeries mousepad. Not much else really on the desk other than a pair of micro lag speakers, some Xbox controllers, and a desk lamp. Cable management is pretty sweet. Great work with the cable clips and power strip mounting. And I also noticed you wrapped some cables against one of the legs using a Velcro strap. Job well done. The PC that's powering this setup has a FX 6300 and a GTX 760. Finally, AMD makes an appearance. The only thing I would change is to face the CPU cooler so that the fan is on the right side, because right now it's sucking up hot air from the GPU. Very clean and simplistic setup. Thank you, Danielle, for entering. Kaelen is next up with a triple monitor setup mounted on the Nave Point triple monitor arm. We have 3 24-inch BenQs, with the middle one being a different model than the other two. On the desk, we have the Corsair K70 RGB keyboard and a Logitech G502 mouse on top of the Razer Firefly mousepad. Cable management is on point, but I think you can connect both of those cables together with a Velcro strap for a cleaner look. If not, it's all good, it's still a very clean job. The PC that's powering this setup has an AMD FX 9590 and a GTX 660. Wow, so we have 2 AMD processors in a row. That's never happened before. By the way, Danielle, this is how your CPU cooler should look like. A rule of thumb is to always have the fan on the right side if your rear fan is an exhaust. Taking a look at his console gaming setup, we have a giant 55-inch Vizio Smart TV hooked up to the Vizio soundbar, and then we have a PS4 and Xbox One right below. They sell a bunch of really cool looking MacBook stands that I'll link below for you to check out that will really add to your setup instead of just laying your MacBook flat on the table like that. But other than that, you have a very clean setup. Thank you, Kaelen, for entering. Markus is next up with yet another triple monitor setup. So we have 3 32-inch 4K BenQ displays, not one but 2 Logitech G19Ss, and a Rocat Tyon mouse on top of an extended mousepad. Some other stuff on the desk are the Edifier speakers and a few pairs of headphones. Cable management is atrocious, and instead of recommending a bunch of items to you, I will direct you to watch my cable management video, which will be linked below for you. I mean, there's a lot of things going on here besides the bad cable management. You have an extra keyboard lying around, headphones all over the place, and speakers on top of a glass shelf. Desks or other tabletops with glass surfaces tend to reflect certain frequencies and absorb others, which will affect the sound. So try moving them around, maybe put them on your desk, and you can actually hear the difference in sound quality. A Brainwaves truss hanger would definitely keep 2 of those headphones neatly hidden away. And lastly, a jumbo monitor riser in the middle can help you keep the second keyboard in a dedicated place if you really need one. The middle monitor would be a lot higher, but you can adjust the height so it's level with the other 2. This setup definitely needs some work, but I'm sure with a few tweaks here and there, it will be a badass setup. Thank you, Markus, for entering. At number 4, we have Moses with a quad display setup, and we haven't seen these in such a very long time on the show. We have 3 24-inch Dell monitors and a 27-inch Dell monitor up top. On the desk, we have a pair of Creative T20 speakers, the Corsair K95 RGB keyboard, a Corsair M65 RGB mouse, and a Razer extended mousepad. We also have an Audio-Technica AT2020 mic hooked up to a boom arm off to the side. Excellent work with the cable management. I like the cable tunnel you have against the wall to route the monitor wires all the way down to the bottom, and then we have a power strip attached to the wall. I also really like the compartment on the desk allowing you to route cables through it, but I don't get why you didn't do the keyboard wire as well. The PC that's pushing all those pixels is powered by a 4790K and a GTX 980, and we're back to Intel builds already. A really impressive setup setup, I got nothing to recommend. Thank you, Moses, for entering. Last but not least, we have Sergi with a setup inside of a fish tank. Oh, it's the wrong picture, sorry. Here we go. So we have two LG 23-inch monitors mounted against the wall, and below that we have the SteelSeries Apex keyboard, SteelSeries Sensei mouse on top of the QCK mousepad. Some other stuff on the desk are a pair of Beats Solo 2 headphones, an iPad mini 3, LG G3 smartphone, and a pretty cool looking knife. Up top we have the DAT speakers, which are also wall mounted, although they aren't exactly symmetrical with each other. We also have a shelf full of tiny alcoholic beverages and a hookah vase in the corner.
Drink responsibly.
Pretty good work with cable management. The majority of the cables are on the Signum, but I suggest picking up an Omni-mount cable sleeve to cover up the rest of the cables going behind your desk. A pretty sweet looking headphone hanger would go great with those Beats headphones, and a smartphone stand to match your beautiful black and white setup. With some minor tweaks, this setup has the potential to be a flawless setup. Nonetheless, thank you, Sergi, for entering. So that's it for this week's episode of Setup Wars. You guys know what to do. Drop your comments down below and vote on who you think has the best desk setup. As always, the winner will be announced on Sunday on my Twitter and Instagram accounts. So follow me, guys, if you want to follow me, I guess. That's basically it. Thank you guys so much for watching Setup Wars. As always, leave a like to show your support, and I will see you in the next video.